Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. Welcome to the new trading week, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you guys have all had a great weekend. We shall now go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. Yeah, so we are basically hovering around pretty much the midpoint of this move, obviously starting from up here about 57,000 all the way down to 41,000. We're just hovering around the middle point, obviously in a period of extreme low volatility relative to this period of extreme volatility. So we are looking obviously for a directional move, either to the downside or to the upside, to break out this little range. Potentially it will be a move to the downside and then the upside, all in quick succession, or it'll be a move to the upside and then to the downside. Volatility is direction neutral, but yeah, we are looking for a move. Obviously we're not just going to sit at this price level. If we kind of had to guess, my guess would be we are going to have to come back down and test some of these lows again, and if that is the case, then the bullish scenario in that scenario would be basically for us to hold this $46,000 level, of which we'll just draw in a little box here, and if we basically get supported there, then bounce back up. Then yeah, that won't be too bad. Obviously, if we lose that level, realistically, we're kind of only looking for moves, obviously back down to the low 40,000. So if we can get supported here, if we get a move down and bounce, that would obviously be good. Obviously not as bullish as we'd like it to be. We'd like to have a break to the upside, but hey, we can't always get what we want. But yeah, but to the upside, the level to obviously to break above will be roughly this $50,000 level, and at which point then we'll be looking at testing into this $53,000 level, of which we could very likely get resisted there. I think it is going to be a bit of an undertaking for us to get back above 53,000, and then whilst ever we don't get above there, we are going to be stuck within this lower range, and then potentially printing a head and shoulders, and also also I said, and also the bullish case scenario would be we'll just go through a period of accumulation within this range again, and then we break back onwards and upwards. But that obviously is being bullishly optimistic, hoping for that. But that is not to say that isn't what is going to happen. But yeah, I just want to point out, I'm putting a positive spin on it, because hanging around in here wouldn't be ideal for any prolonged period. And then realistically, if we want to go bullish, we do kind of want to hold above. Not if we do go bullish. I mean, we want to hold in the top half of this range that we're in, i.e., hold this grey area that we've just drawn back in, which we're looking like we're going to come and test into now. But yeah, test down into here, and then a nice squeeze the shorts back to the upside would be a relatively likely scenario. Obviously not highly probable, but maybe like above the balance of probabilities. So I guess we shall see. Let's have a look at some other markets. The Ethereum Satoshi pairing having a little bit of an ease off here, as we can see, but clearly still constructive, still looking good. I mean, if it can hold this horizontal anywhere around here, and then just even if it just sideways consolidates within here, then moves onwards and upwards, clearly will be looking good. The Ethereum USD value has actually lost the 4,000 handle at the moment, but you can see where our horizontal is drawing, and it's drawing in about here. Kind of needs to hold this. This is kind of looking like it might break. It is kind of looking weak, to be honest. Bitcoin obviously does need to make that move back up towards 50,000 and beyond to drag this and hold this above 4,000. If not, we could see a drop down to the mid 3,000s, and we probably then will see a pullback even further of this Ethereum Satoshi pairing, if that is to happen. Stocks though trying to mount a bit of a rally. The stock futures trying to mount a bit of rally this morning. Obviously the cash market's not open. We have got this trend line, we have got this horizontal. If we get back obviously above this trend line and this horizontal, then yeah, things may start to turn around for all the markets. We might start to get some confidence starting to slowly seep seep back in. Dollar index just kind of hovering around, not doing a lot. Oil look like it's trying to put in a bottom here, so if that gets going as well, it'll get going with obviously the wider market and just more potentially back to some general risk on. We have to see how it plays out. Bitcoin dominance testing into our well, resistance zone now, we'll call it. Resistance zone. So will it get rejected and come back down? We shall have to see. Or is Bitcoin going to take a dump down to the low 40s again? In which case this will probably get hammered. Again, we shall have to see. Wow, look at the stochastics. I don't suspect those for 10-12 hour dailies going to be looking very good for us at the moment. Yeah, I mean 4 hour is still pointing up. Is still currently pointing up. 10 hour when this decides to load, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pointing down. I thought it was gonna be pointing down, but yeah, looking to turn back down. 12 hours still diving, daily turn back down. 2-day pointing upwards for what it's worth from a low area. 3-day pointing down and deep. 5-day moving down, or a lot of room to run. Weekly moving down. Bi-weekly losing its curvature. Then monthly still pointing up. So like I said, it's a pretty weak Bitcoin market at the moment, and it is kind of looking like we are going to have to test some more downside, not necessarily below these levels, but just into this region, test the market a bit. That is if we are going to go bullish. I mean, we can test down here, hover around here, lose 41,000, and then just we'll be on our way. We'll be on our way to low 30s, 20,000s probably in that scenario, but that is gonna probably have to come with some weaker, wider markets, which I don't think we're going to see yet. I think the Fed is just stuck between a bit of a rock and a hard place, and has to decide between killing inflation or killing the economy. And I think they're going to go for basically they're going to have to choose between killing inflation or not killing the economy, and I think they're going to choose for not killing the economy, and therefore not killing inflation, and ultimately that will alleviate going forwards. But in the short term, which literally is like the next 6 months to a year, we could just see higher inflation. So yes, that is basically what we have going on. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. Thank you for listening, and I shall speak to you guys soon.